Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pure Speak English. I'm Ben.
And I'm Crystal. It's so good to have you here with us today.
You know, Crystal, before we even start talking about today's topic, I just want to take a moment. If you're listening to this right now, wherever you are in the world, maybe you're on a bus, maybe you're walking, maybe you're sitting in your room, I want you to know something. You're not alone.
That's so true, Ben. And today's topic, it's something that almost everyone struggles with. Something that keeps us awake at night. Something that makes our minds feel heavy and tired.
We're talking about overthinking.
Yes, overthinking. And honestly, Ben, I think this is one of the most important conversations we can have. Because overthinking, it steals our peace. It steals our joy. It makes everything feel harder than it really is.
Exactly. And I know from my own life that overthinking can feel like a storm inside your head. You want to stop, but you don't know how. You want peace, but your thoughts just keep spinning and spinning.
Like a washing machine that never stops.
Yes, exactly like that. And today we're going to talk about how to stop that washing machine. How to calm your mind, how to find peace again.
We're going to share real stories, simple tools, and most importantly, we're going to remind you that you have the power to change this. You really do.
So take a deep breath with us. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's start this journey together.
Let's do it.
So, Crystal, I want to start with a question. When did you first realize that you were an overthinker?
Oh, Ben, I think I've been an overthinker my whole life, but there was one moment when I really understood it. I was maybe 23 years old. I had just started a new job and I was so excited. But on my very first day, I made a small mistake.
What kind of mistake?
I sent an email to the wrong person. It wasn't a big deal. My manager even laughed about it. She said, "Don't worry, Crystal. Everyone does this." But you know what I did?
You kept thinking about it.
For 3 days, Ben. 3 whole days. I couldn't stop replaying that moment in my head. I kept thinking, they think I'm stupid, they're going to fire me, I'm not good enough for this job.
Wow.
And the funny thing, nobody else even remembered it. But in my mind, it was this huge, terrible thing. That's when I realized my mind was creating problems that didn't exist.
That's such a powerful realization, Crystal, because that's what overthinking does, right? It takes something small and makes it feel enormous.
Yes, it's like, imagine you have a tiny pebble in your hand. Overthinking takes that pebble and turns it into a mountain.
I love that image, a pebble becoming a mountain.
What about you, Ben? When did you realize you were an overthinker?
For me, it was different. I think I started overthinking when I was in university. I was studying for my final exams, and I remember sitting in my room with all my books around me. And instead of studying, I was just thinking.
Thinking about what?
Everything. I was thinking, what if I fail? What if I don't get a good job? What if I disappoint my parents? What if I'm not smart enough?
Oh, Ben, that must have been so hard.
It was. And the worst part, I knew I was doing it to myself. I knew that all this thinking wasn't helping me. But I couldn't stop. It was like my brain was stuck in a loop.
A loop. Yes, that's the perfect word for it.
And I think that's what so many people feel. They know overthinking isn't helpful, but they don't know how to break the loop.
Exactly. So today, we want to help you break that loop. We want to give you real simple tools that you can use right away.
But before we get into the tools, I think we need to understand something important. We need to understand what overthinking actually is. So, Crystal, let's talk about this. What is overthinking? How do we explain it in simple words?
Well, I think overthinking is when you think about something too much, when you analyze every little detail, when you imagine all the bad things that could happen, when you replay the same moment in your head again and again.
Right. And here's the key thing. Overthinking is not the same as problem solving.
Ooh, that's important. Can you explain that?
Sure. Problem solving is when you think about a challenge and you look for a solution. You ask yourself, what can I do to fix this? But overthinking is when you just worry. You don't look for solutions. You just go around and around in circles.
Right. So problem solving moves you forward, but overthinking keeps you stuck.
Exactly. Overthinking is like being in a car, pressing the gas pedal, but the car is in neutral. You're using a lot of energy, but you're not going anywhere.
I love that analogy. And I think many listeners will recognize that feeling of being exhausted, but not making any progress.
Mm-hmm. And there are two types of overthinking that I want to talk about. Okay, tell us.
The first type is when you overthink the past. You keep thinking about things that already happened. Why did I say that? Why did I do that? I should have done it differently.
Yes. That's called rumination.
Rumination, yes. It's like chewing the same piece of food over and over. It doesn't taste good anymore, but you keep chewing.
That's not a pleasant image, but it's so true.
And the second type is when you overthink the future. You imagine all the bad things that could happen. What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if something goes wrong?
That's called anticipatory anxiety. When you're anxious about things that haven't even happened yet.
Right. And here's the thing, Ben. Both types of overthinking take us away from the present moment. They take us away from right now.
That's so true. When we're stuck in the past or worried about the future, we're not really living. We're not here.
And life is happening right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now.
I think that's something we all need to remember. Okay, so Crystal, I want to ask you something. Why do we overthink? I mean, if it makes us feel bad, why do we do it?
That's such a good question, Ben. And I think there are a few reasons.
Tell me.
First, I think we overthink because we want control. We want to predict what will happen. We want to be prepared for every possible situation. So we think and think and think, hoping that if we think enough, we can control the outcome.
But we can't control everything.
No, we can't. And that's the hard truth. No matter how much we think, we can't control what other people do. We can't control what happens tomorrow. We can only control how we respond.
That's powerful. We can only control how we respond.
The second reason is fear. We're afraid of making mistakes. We're afraid of being judged. We're afraid of failure. So we overthink as a way to protect ourselves.
But it doesn't really protect us, does it?
No, it actually makes us more anxious. It paralyzes us. We become so afraid of doing the wrong thing that we don't do anything at all.
I've definitely experienced that. There have been times when I wanted to try something new, but I thought about it so much that I talked myself out of it.
Yes, overthinking can kill our dreams before they even begin.
And what's the third reason?
The third reason is that overthinking can become a habit, just like biting your nails or checking your phone too much. We do it so often that it becomes automatic. We don't even realize we're doing it.
So, breaking the habit of overthinking requires awareness.
Exactly. We need to become aware of when we're overthinking. We need to catch ourselves in the act.
And once we catch ourselves, we can choose to do something different.
Yes, that's the first step. Awareness.
Okay, so let's talk about the practical side. How do we stop overthinking? What are the actual tools we can use?
Well, Ben, I want to share the first tool that really helped me. It's called the 5-minute rule.
The 5-minute rule. I like the sound of that. Tell us about it.
So, yes, exactly. And also, when you talk to someone, they can give you a different perspective. They can help you see things in a way you couldn't see on your own.
That's true. Sometimes we're so close to our own problems that we can't see them clearly.
And here's the thing. You don't even need advice. Sometimes you just need someone to listen. Someone to say, I hear you. I understand. You're not alone.
That's so important. Just being heard can be incredibly healing.
Yes. So if you're listening to this and you're struggling with overthinking, please don't keep it all inside. Find someone you trust. Talk to them. Let them hold some of that weight with you.
And if you don't have someone to talk to, there are other options. You could write in a journal, like we talked about. You could even talk to yourself out loud.
Talk to yourself?
Yes, I know it sounds strange, but it actually works. Sometimes when I'm overthinking, I'll go into a room by myself and I'll just say everything I'm thinking out loud. And somehow hearing my own voice say these thoughts makes them less scary.
I've never tried that, but I'm going to.
You should. It's surprisingly effective. Okay, I want to talk about something that I think is at the heart of overthinking, and that's self-compassion.
Oh, Ben, yes, this is so important.
I think many of us overthink because we're so hard on ourselves. We make a mistake, and instead of being kind to ourselves, we attack ourselves with our thoughts.
I'm so stupid. I always mess up. I'm not good enough.
Exactly. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to a friend.
That's such a good point. If a friend came to you and said, I made a mistake at work, you wouldn't say, you're so stupid. You would say, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. You're doing your best.
Right. So why don't we give ourselves that same kindness?
I think it's because we believe that being hard on ourselves will make us better. We think that if we criticize ourselves enough, we'll finally become perfect.
But it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. Being hard on yourself doesn't make you better. It just makes you miserable.
So what's the alternative?
The alternative is self-compassion. It's treating yourself like you would treat a good friend. It's saying, I made a mistake, and that's okay. I'm human. I'm learning. I'm doing my best.
And when you practice self-compassion, the overthinking starts to quiet down.
Yes, because you're not constantly attacking yourself. You're giving yourself space to just be.
I want to give our listeners a simple practice they can do right now.
Please do.
Okay, so if you're listening to this and you're overthinking something, I want you to put your hand on your heart. Feel the warmth of your hand and say to yourself, I'm doing my best. I'm enough. I'm worthy of kindness.
That's beautiful, Ben.
Just those 3 simple sentences. I'm doing my best. I'm enough. I'm worthy of kindness.
And you can say them whenever you need to, in the morning, at night, whenever overthinking starts to creep in.
Yes, make it a daily practice.
You know, Ben, I think we also need to talk about perfectionism.
Oh yes, perfectionism and overthinking are best friends.
They really are. And I think many overthinkers are also perfectionists.
Absolutely, because perfectionism makes you believe that everything has to be perfect. Every decision has to be the right decision. Every word you say has to be the perfect word.
And that's exhausting.
It is. And it's impossible because perfection doesn't exist.
That's right. Perfection is an illusion.
So if you're a perfectionist, you're chasing something that you can never catch. And that creates a lot of anxiety and overthinking.
So what do we do instead?
We aim for good enough.
Good enough?
Yes, instead of trying to be perfect, we try to be good enough. We do our best and then we let it go.
That's hard for perfectionists to hear.
I know, but it's so freeing once you embrace it. Because good enough means that you can actually complete things. You can move forward. You don't get stuck trying to make everything perfect.
And good enough doesn't mean lazy or careless. It means you did your best with the time and resources you have.
Exactly. It means you're human, and humans are not perfect, and that's okay.
I love this, Ben, because I think so many people are suffering because they're trying to be perfect, and they don't realize that they're already enough, just as they are.
Yes, you're already enough. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. Okay, Crystal, I want to talk about one more tool before we go into your vocabulary section.
Okay, what is it?
It's called the worry window.
The worry window. Tell me about this.
So the idea is that instead of worrying all day long, you schedule a specific time to worry.
You schedule time to worry?
Yes, you pick a time, maybe 6 p.m. every day, and you say, this is my worry time. For 15 minutes, I can worry about whatever I want.
And what do you do for the rest of the day?
For the rest of the day, when a worry comes up, you say to yourself, not now. I'll think about this during my worry window.
Does this actually work?
It does, because it trains your brain to understand that worrying has a time and a place. It doesn't get to take over your whole day.
And what happens during the worry window? Do you just sit and worry?
You can. Or you can use that time to journal about your worries or to think about solutions. The key is that it's contained, it's limited.
I think this is genius, Ben, because it gives your worries attention, but it doesn't let them control you.
Exactly. You're in control, not your worries.
And after a while, you might notice that when your worry window comes around, you don't even have that much to worry about.
Yes, that's what I found. Sometimes I sit down for my worry window and I think, wait, what was I worried about this morning? And I can't even remember.
That shows you how unnecessary most of our worries are.
Exactly.
Okay, everyone, now it's time for my favorite part of the show, Crystal's vocabulary breakdown.
I love this section.
So, during today's conversation, we used some really useful words and phrases, and I want to go through them slowly so you can really understand them and start using them in your own life.
This is so helpful for learners.
Thank you. Okay, let's start with the first word, overthinking. Can everyone say it with me? Overthinking.
Overthinking.
Good. So overthinking is when you think about something too much. The prefix over means too much. We also have overeat, which means to eat too much, or oversleep, which means to sleep too much.
So whenever you see over at the beginning of a word, you know it means too much.
Exactly. And overthinking is a gerund, which means it's a verb that acts like a noun. We can say, overthinking is exhausting, or I struggle with overthinking.
Can we also use it as a verb?
Yes, you can say, I'm overthinking this, or stop overthinking.
Great. What's the next word?
The next word is rumination. Rumination.
That's a more advanced word.
It is. It's more B2 level, but it's good to know. Rumination means thinking about the past over and over again. It comes from the word ruminate, which is what cows do. Cows chew their food, swallow it, and then bring it back up to chew it again.
That's not a pretty image.
No, it's not, but it's a perfect metaphor for what we do when we keep thinking about the past. We chew on it over and over.
So if someone says stop ruminating, they mean stop thinking about the past so much.
Exactly.
Okay, what's next?
Next is anticipatory anxiety. Anticipatory anxiety.
That's a mouthful.
It is, but let's break it down. Anticipatory comes from anticipate, which means to expect something or to look forward to something. And anxiety means worry or fear.
So anticipatory anxiety is when you're anxious about something that hasn't happened yet.
Yes, you're anxious about the future. You're worrying about what might happen.
Like worrying about a test before you take it.
Exactly, or worrying about a conversation before you have it.
Got it. What else?
Another good word is paralyze. Paralyze.
To paralyze.
Yes. When something paralyzes you, it means it stops you from moving or acting. We usually use this word physically. If someone has a serious injury, they might be paralyzed, which means they can't move their body. But we can also use it emotionally.
Right. We can say fear paralyzed me, or overthinking paralyzed me. It means you couldn't take action because you were so overwhelmed.
That's a powerful word.
It is. Okay, next word, boundary. Boundary.
Boundary.
A boundary is a limit or a line that separates one thing from another. We often talk about boundaries in relationships. For example, I need to set boundaries with my family.
That means you're deciding what you will accept and what you won't accept.
Exactly. And
Exactly. And in today's episode, we talked about setting boundaries with your thoughts, using the 5-minute rule to create a boundary around your thinking time.
So you're telling your mind, you can think about this, but only for 5 minutes.
Yes, that's setting a boundary.
Beautiful.
Next word, perspective. Perspective.
Perspective.
Perspective is your way of seeing something. It's your point of view. Two people can look at the same situation and have different perspectives.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine it's raining. One person might say, "Oh no, it's raining. This is terrible." Another person might say, "Oh good, it's raining. The plants need water."
Same situation, different perspectives.
Exactly. And when we overthink, we usually have a negative perspective. We only see the bad possibilities. But when we step back, we can find a different perspective.
So talking to a friend can give you a new perspective.
Yes, they can help you see things differently.
Okay, what's the next word?
Compassion. Compassion.
Compassion.
Compassion is a feeling of care and kindness towards someone who is suffering. When you have compassion, you want to help. You want to ease their pain.
And self-compassion is when you have that kindness toward yourself.
Yes, instead of being harsh and critical, you're gentle and understanding with yourself.
This is such an important concept.
It really is. Okay, one more word. Clutter. Clutter.
Clutter.
Clutter is mess. It's when you have too many things and they're not organized. Your room might be full of clutter. Your desk might be full of clutter.
And we talked about mental clutter.
Yes, mental clutter is when your mind is full of too many thoughts and they're not organized. It feels messy and overwhelming.
And the brain dump helps you clear out that mental clutter.
Exactly. It's like cleaning your room, but for your mind.
I love that.
Okay, everyone, those are the key words from today's episode. I hope that was helpful. Remember, learning vocabulary is not about memorizing. It's about understanding and using the words in context.
And you can go back and listen to this section again if you need to.
Yes, please do. Listen as many times as you need.
Okay, Crystal, before we start wrapping up, I want to give our listeners a small challenge.
Ooh, I love this part.
So here's the challenge. For the next 3 days, I want you to try just one tool that we talked about today. Just one.
Not all of them, just one.
Right. Because trying to do everything at once can be overwhelming. So pick one tool that resonated with you. Maybe it's the 5-minute rule. Maybe it's the brain dump. Maybe it's the worry window. Whatever speaks to you.
And commit to trying it for 3 days.
Yes, 3 days. That's it. Not forever, just 3 days.
And after 3 days, notice what happens. Notice if anything changes, even if the change is small.
Because small changes add up to big transformations.
That's right. And if you want to, you can share your experience with us. You can leave a comment or send us a message. We would love to hear how it goes.
Yes, please do. We read every single comment and message.
We really do. And your stories inspire us to keep creating these episodes.
You know, Crystal, before we finish, I want to talk about something important. I want to talk about patience.
Oh, yes. Please do.
Because I think when people learn about these tools to stop overthinking, they might expect immediate results. They might think, okay, I'll try this today, and tomorrow I'll be completely different.
But that's not how it works.
No, it's not. Change takes time, especially when you're changing a habit that you've had for years.
So what should people expect?
They should expect that it will be hard at first. They should expect that they'll forget to use the tools sometimes. They should expect that some days will be better than others.
But that doesn't mean it's not working.
Exactly. That doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're human.
And the key is to keep going, even when it's hard, even when you slip up.
Yes, every single day is a new opportunity to practice. Every moment is a chance to choose differently.
I love that. Every moment is a chance to choose differently.
So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Trust the process.
And remember, you're not trying to become perfect. You're just trying to become a little bit better than you were yesterday.
That's all we can ever do. A little bit better every day.
Okay, everyone, we're coming to the end of today's episode. But before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with some reflection questions.
These questions are for you to think about after the episode ends. Maybe you can journal about them, or just sit quietly and think.
The first question is, when do I overthink the most? Is it at night? In the morning? When I'm alone? When I'm with other people?
This question helps you become aware of your overthinking patterns.
The second question is, what am I usually overthinking about? Is it the past? The future? Other people's opinions? My own abilities?
This helps you understand what your core worries are.
And the third question is, what would my life look like if I could stop overthinking? How would I feel? What would I do differently?
This question helps you imagine the possibility of change. It gives you something to move toward.
And the final question is, what is one kind thing I can say to myself right now?
This brings us back to self-compassion, because no matter what you're going through, you deserve kindness.
Take your time with these questions. There's no rush. There's no right or wrong answer.
These questions are just tools to help you understand yourself better.
Okay, Ben, I think it's time to wrap up.
I think so too.
But before we go, I want to say something to everyone who's still listening.
Please do.
If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, I'm proud of you. I know that overthinking can make it hard to focus. I know that it can make it hard to sit still and listen. But you did it. You showed up. And that matters.
It really does. Showing up is the first step.
And I want you to know that what you're feeling is valid. Your struggles are real. You're not making it up. You're not being dramatic. Overthinking is hard.
But you are stronger than your thoughts. You have the power to change this, and you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to keep trying.
One day at a time. One moment at a time.
And remember, we're here with you. We're not just voices on a podcast. We're real people who care about you, who believe in you.
So if you found value in today's episode, please share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a colleague.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Pure Speak English. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We have so many more conversations coming. Conversations about confidence, about relationships, about finding your purpose, about learning English in a joyful way.
And we want you to be part of this journey with us.
Leave us a comment and tell us what topic you want us to talk about next. We read every comment and we take your suggestions seriously.
Your voice matters. Your story matters. And we want to hear from you.
Okay, Crystal, I think it's really time to say goodbye now.
I think you're right.
But before we go, let's take one more deep breath together. Everyone listening, breathe in with us. Fill your lungs with air. Hold it for a moment. And now, breathe out. Let go of any tension. Let go of any worry.
You did something good for yourself today by listening to this episode. You took time to invest in your own growth, and that's beautiful.
We'll be back with another episode very soon. Until then, take care of yourself, be gentle with yourself, and remember,
You are enough. Right here, right now, exactly as you are.
thank you so much for being here with us today. This is Ben,
And Crystal,
saying goodbye for now.
but not forever.
We'll see you in the next episode.
And remember,
Your progress doesn't end here.